Hey guys, what's happening and welcome back to the channel where we take awesome out of the box. My name is Jamie and the Realme 3 has been getting a lot of attention lately. The phone that has a starting price of $6,990 offers a ton of value for money, packs decent hardware and some pretty cool features to round it out, but a lot of you might be wondering how it handles some of your favorite games. That's exactly what we're going to be doing in this video, but before we get to that, here's a little reminder of the hardware that it's packing. Now feel free to skip the time on screen because it does get rather lengthy. At the core of the Realme 3 is a Helio P60 processor that some might consider dated, but it still packs quite the punch for day-to-day tasks. A quick look at its benchmark scores actually has it nestled close to the top of the phones within the sub 10K price point, at least for the unit that we have with us today. So we're hoping that translates into the gaming side of things as well. It has three configurations that start with a Helio P60 being paired with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage, but our review unit has the 464 configuration. For the display, you have a 6.2-inch HD Plus IPS LCD display with a dew-drop notch. The 720p panel actually has us a little worried about how games will look, but we are spoiled with full HD displays and we will try to set aside our biases. The Realme 3 also has a rather large battery capacity at 4,230 mAh that clocked in at 11 hours and 4 minutes on our benchmark tests, but lasted nearly 2 days when we used it as our daily driver. Okay, with a recap out of the way, let's get right into the game, starting of course with Asphalt 9. It looks pretty good despite having a lower resolution, with the performance holding out as well, but you may have noticed some pretty big frame rate drops at the beginning of the race. Thankfully, that smoothens out after a few seconds. We got an average FPS of 25 frames per second at 82% stability. Not a bad start for the Realme 3. Let's move on to the next game, and since you guys requested it a lot, we've moved from Vainglory to Mobile Legends for the MOBA portion of our gaming reviews. As expected, Mobile Legends ran quite smoothly on the Realme 3, but we recommend keeping the high frame rate option off so you can cap out at 30 FPS, which is the average that we got while playing this MOBA on high settings. In terms of graphics, you will notice some jagged edges on the character models because of the resolution, but it isn't really too bad unless you really want to nitpick. Other than that, the frame rates are incredibly stable at 95% and there were no dips in clashes, so that's always a good thing. Let's move on to the next game, NBA 2K19. With everything set as high as we could, with cloth simulation turned off, we were actually quite surprised as to how this device actually performed on NBA 2K19. While they happened a few times, the frame rate drops weren't as bad, or at least not bad enough to make it a horrible experience. We got an average of 34 frames per second at 83% stability, which is definitely passable. On to the last game in this video, PUBG Mobile. The Realme 3 actually did pretty well in this battle royale, scoring an average of 26 frames per second at 97% stability. There are drops when textures pop in, which will happen a lot when you're driving, but at least it doesn't happen during firefights, which is the important bit. So what did we think about the Realme 3's performance in terms of gaming? Well, we think it did pretty well, so if you consider yourself quite the mobile gamer, then this is a pretty solid option if you're working on a pretty tight budget. That being said though, you might want to tweak a couple of settings to make sure the frame rates are more stable and you get better enjoyment for your games. So that's pretty much it for this gaming review of the Realme 3. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell if you don't want to miss out on the next ones. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. For all the latest tech news and gadget reviews, head to unbox.ph, plus follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. My name is Jamie, peace, God bless, and I'll see you guys next time.